Wednesday, 12:30, and it's time for this week's episode of Ask the Instructor. My name is John Charisma, and this show is brought to you by the Tampa School of Real Estate. We're here every single Wednesday to help you understand the technical side of the real estate industry. And what we're talking about today is getting started in real estate, specifically getting started, getting your real estate license from the comfort of your own home, or maybe from work, if you could do this while you're at work, or wherever the case may be, that you could actually attend a class. You just can't be here physically. We can actually bring the classes to you, an actual live instructor-led class, and that's through live streaming education. And it's something that we've been doing for a little bit of time now, and it's something that has worked extremely well for a lot of our past students to get their real estate license and start on their career. Now, they might be thinking, you know, maybe I'm more traditional and I need to be in an actual classroom. Our live stream courses are modeled after our classroom experience. I'm going to share you a little bit about the story of how we started live streaming here at the Tampa School of Real Estate for our real estate courses, and how, you know, it's completely changed the way we deliver education, because now we bring our classroom experience anywhere in the world. So really exciting stuff, and we're going to be sharing more about how this class works. What is it that you're doing? That's all today on this week's episode of Ask the Instructor. If you have questions, well, the Facebook chat loaded up over here. We'll be able to answer any questions it is that you have. We actually have a live stream course beginning this coming Monday. So if it's something that you're wanting to get started with, if you see the benefit of getting a real estate license and taking advantage of this real estate market that is here to stay for at least some time, and even when the market isn't like it is today, there's still so much money to be made in real estate, especially when you know how. So now is a great time to get started in real estate, because everything is so much easier than a normal real estate market is, and it's a great way to get your business going, to learn the ropes, and, you know, hopefully we keep having this great market, and as the market adapts and changes, so can you, to grow your real estate business. But look, we've got people lined up to come to Florida, so I don't see anything slowing down anytime soon. But we're going to talk more about starting a real estate career, building a real estate business, building an empire, building a future. Maybe you're looking to get into investing. You know, you'll be looking back at this moment someday if you do go down this path of getting your real estate license, and looking back on this moment and just how much it is that you have changed and grew, and how much more capable you've become. I know I look back on the day back when I got started in real estate compared to now, and how those differences have really, my life now is dramatically different than it was back then. So what we're sharing today, again, about the live stream courses, it models after our classroom courses, and we also have an on-demand interactive option as well, but that one's not going to be instructor-led. A lot of our students prefer an actual instructor guiding them through this information. Hey, this is important stuff. This is a real-world example of this information, and actually interacting with the students, because there is still a level of interaction, even though this is a live stream course. So we're going to be talking more about that today. My name is John Charisma. You're watching Ask the Instructor.
You are watching Ask the Instructor. Absorb the knowledge. Become the expert.
Hey, welcome back to this week's episode of Ask the Instructor. My name is John Charisma. The show is brought to you by the Tampa School of Real Estate. We're here every single Wednesday at 12 noon Eastern time. 12:30 actually is our new time now. We've moved back, give people a little bit more time to have lunch before they start up with us. So 12:30, still old habits dying hard. But what we're talking about today is live stream courses, and how to basically use these to get your real estate license at home. So our live stream course, you can take this completely from home or work or wherever it is you have an internet connection. You could be on some sort of tablet, an iPad. You could even tune in on your phone. It's a little bit harder on your phone with the size, but this is better than not being able to attend the class. You know, that's one thing that, you know, a lot of people, they come to us and they'll ask the question. They'll say, well, you know, I'm not sure if this is the best option. And okay, so we walk through and work through all the other things, and, you know, it turns out it's the only option. And so while it might not be the best option, if it's the only option, it is the best option. Because, sometimes it might not make sense. And for a lot of people, that is one of the things that does hold them back. Especially before we had live stream courses, we had an on-demand, interactive, self-paced, go through the material on your own type of course. And we had our classroom instructor-led courses. No in between. And for a lot of people that wanted an instructor-led course but couldn't physically make it to an actual classroom between this time and this time, this day and this day, and do that consistently for 7 days or 8 days, or if it's a night class, those go across 8 weeks, twice a week. And so it stopped a lot of people from being able to get a license, and some people that, even though it wouldn't be the best option for them, they would still power through that self-paced interactive material because that was their only option. And so it was their best option. Might be more difficult, but it could still get the job done. Anybody could use that self-paced course to get their real estate license. It's just for certain people, that, especially people that would prefer an instructor-led type of curriculum, it's going to be a little bit more difficult, but it could still be done. And again, if that's the only option, that is the best option. But now with the live stream capability, with the ability to have these courses via live stream, we now can bring our classrooms to use. So maybe you do mainly attend the course on your computer, because that's going to probably give you the biggest screen. It's going to be the best. I don't know. Maybe you can mirror this to your TV. There's all kinds of crazy stuff you can do now. But maybe if there's a day where you've got to tune in mobily or remotely or from a tablet instead of a phone, or if you want to do the whole thing from your phone, you absolutely can. Maybe mirrored on a TV, or I don't know, there's all kinds of crazy stuff it is that you could do. But that's one of the best things about our live stream course is we designed it to be accessible from any device. And it's 100% web-based, nothing to download. That means nothing to download. Nothing to download. We don't use Zoom. We actually have this proprietary system that we've had developers really kind of customize into something that we use it specifically for, and it's designed for education, live streaming education. Zoom is a cool tool for meeting with friends and family or having a meeting. But for actually learning, our platform is much more well designed, from the built-in whiteboard to the way it loads, to where if you're going to do this from your phone, you're not going to just be watching some grainy video where you can't read the presentation. It actually loads all of the presentations dynamically as a PDF. So it's this big complicated thing. We get into the technical details, but this is the awesome part of it. There's nothing to download. This is 100% web-based. This is turnkey. If you have the Google Chrome web browser, that's usually the best one. Also, if you're on a Mac, Safari usually works better. Also, if you're on any Apple device, Safari is usually the best one for this. But otherwise, Google Chrome, but really any web browser. You have Microsoft Edge, you have a current web browser, you shouldn't have any issues being able to join into our class. And so this makes it a really accessible way to learn. And let's talk about what else goes with our live stream courses. So in addition to the actual class, we've got the chat system, interact with the instructor. Let's talk about what's included. So your textbook. An actual physical textbook we ship you. And so for example, if you're wanting to start with this class we have starting on Monday, we actually have a Monday through Thursday. Let me actually pull up the schedule of this class right now so I don't misquote that here. Yeah, I just checked out the chat here on Facebook. Welcome, everybody. How's it going, Frank? Welcome, Joseph. Hey, Toby. What's up, Liz? And Frank, yeah, did the on-demand. Yeah, the on-demand one, we've had so many people do that course, especially before we had Livestream. I'm not gonna lie, when we did start doing Livestream, there were some people that were taking that course that opted to do Livestream instead. And that's one of the great things about taking a course with us is we have all three options. We have classroom courses, we have Livestream courses, and we have the self-paced on-demand interactive courses. And if one's not a great fit for you, we have the ability to, we have all three options. So just give us a call, speak with one of our advisors, and our goal ultimately is to get you through this licensing process so you start a real estate career. But yeah, some people, and even if you don't think it's going to work great for you, sometimes it turns out to work really well for you. What's really great about our interactive one is it's very bite-sized pieces. So if you don't have a whole day to commit, I want to go through a couple schedules that we have coming up with our pre-licensing course to give you an idea. Like I said, I've got that one that started a couple weeks ago, and we regularly have these evening classes, and those meet twice a week from 6:30 to 9:30. But we actually have a live stream day class. So if you're looking to get this done, to get this knocked out, maybe you have some vacation time, or maybe your employer is requiring you to quarantine or something like that, where you've got the next 2 weeks. We've got starting this Monday, October 25th, until November 4th. It's Monday through Thursday, 9:15 to 3:30. That's a daytime live stream class. I do believe you get a lunch break at noon. And with that course, it's going to cover all the information on that FREC syllabus in those 8 days. And currently, if you're watching this right now, our live stream courses are $297. Now, if you're watching this in the future, if you're watching the replay, it might be a higher price than that, but right now you can actually register for this course for $297. And that does include your textbook, so let's get back over here. You got your actual physical textbook that we're going to ship out to you. So if you wanted to sign up for that Monday one, if you're in the Tampa Bay area, it's usually like next day. We ship them right from our office here in New Tampa, so that book will probably arrive like the next day, or if you ordered it today, probably by Friday at the latest. So you'd be set and ready to go to have your physical textbook by Monday. But let's say it's like Sunday night. Maybe you're watching the stream today and you're thinking about it, and then Sunday night you go to sign up. Are you going to not have your textbook in time? So you can actually pick up the physical textbook if you want to stop by our office here in New Tampa. Or if you're farther away, or you just don't have the time to stop in for it, whatever the case may be, we actually have an online temporary textbook we could have to get you started, so that way you actually have something to follow along with until your actual physical textbook arrives in the mail. And that's all part of the digital materials. And this is actually a whole separate course, our digital materials course. It's a whole separate course that includes, and let's shrink this down because I'm gonna need some space to write in all the stuff it is that you've got there. So you've got copies of all the PowerPoints that are used in the class for every single unit. And there's a lot of diagrams, there's a lot of graphics in there, a lot of things it is that if you wanna print any of those out, you could write directly notes on those PowerPoints. It's a much more condensed version of the textbook. So those are a very effective, beneficial thing to have, even if you're just using them to maybe follow along if you wanted to print them out or anything like that. In addition, we also have flashcards. And the flashcards are designed to be the least amount of information that gives you the greatest impact. In addition, we're also going to have highlights. So the textbook that you get, this is like let's see if I got one right here. This is actually what it looks like here. So this is actually the current 44th edition of this textbook here, and this textbook has about 530 pages. So we've got 530 pages in this pre-licensing textbook here. That's a lot of information. There's a lot of text in that textbook. There's a few graphics, but it's mostly text in that textbook. And so these highlights are really great because what this is our years of, I don't even want to say studying this curriculum, our years of swimming in the deep end of this curriculum. We have a very good understanding of what the Florida Real Estate Commission deems important. And there's a few different tricks we have up our sleeves for knowing that information. The most obvious is what the Florida Real Estate Commission wants to enforce. What are their biggest problems? What are their biggest concerns? What are the things that are causing the most harm to the public? Because those are ultimately the items that are going to be very highly tested on the exam. Because again, the whole licensing process is all about stopping or preventing harm to the public. And this is the best preventative measure the Florida Real Estate Commission has to stopping licensees from doing things incorrectly or doing things wrong. And so that alone sheds a lot of light. Now, you don't just know what the Florida Real Estate Commission thinks is important. There's a lot of things that, we do that, the FREC, the Florida Real Estate Commission, they meet every single month. And, we're the nerds that watch those meetings. And because we're trying to find out what is going on in the FREC, what's on their radar, what are the things what's changing, so that way we can stay on top of new content that gets worked into the curriculum. And most of the new content doesn't get tested right away, because if it's new, it can't be tested on the exam for like 2 years. So there's all kinds of things like that, as well as we've helped thousands of students, tens of thousands of students at this point, go through this process, getting their real estate license, taking their real estate careers to the next level. We've taken these exams ourselves. We've designed some of the best study tools that are available for real estate classes. And so there's a lot of expertise that go right into this digital materials course. And this is stuff that's included right with your actual course already. This isn't any of our extra study tools or anything like that. They're resources that we give you. In addition to that, you have all kinds of additional tools for key terms. You have extended demos of all of our study tools. So if you've seen our passfirsttry.com or any of that information, you actually have extended demos to any of those optional exam prep study tools in that digital material course. There's all kinds of printable PDFs and career resources. For helping you get pointed in the right direction for getting started. And that's all just part of this digital materials course. And this is something that we actually have sold as a course on its own for people that are just looking to study. Maybe they took this course with another school, and maybe they already have this textbook, and they don't want to necessarily go through the whole course. We could actually sell this digital materials course on its own. So if that is what interests you, we actually have this available on our website. However, for most people, this is going to be something that we include with our pre-licensing course. So that way you have the content in several different formats, not just the actual, take what you can get from the actual live stream sessions and that's it. But no, what you got to study outside of the class, and this is giving you fuel of things to help point you in the right direction and better understand what's important. There's also a practice exam. There's actually a couple practice exams, because you have one that's physically in your textbook, which is completely different from the one that's actually in the digital materials course as well. But there's actually another bonus that we have right now, and that's the secrets of the exam. And the secrets of the exam is one of my favorite courses. And it's the secrets of the exam is so great because, number one, it's short. It's easy and short. Because it's not really covering anything that you need to study or know that you're going to be tested on, but it's preparing you. And it's got all kinds of tips and tricks for accomplishing the objective of this pre-licensing course, which is passing your exam. So this Secrets of the Exam breaks down so many different things, from test strategy to understanding, how this exam is structured, how they're testing the questions, what the philosophies behind this licensing process are in a simple, short, condensed way, just enough information so you know how that could benefit you for the exam. Again, easy and short. That's a big thing about the Secrets of the Exam. It'll maybe take you about 2 hours to go through the Secrets of the Exam start to finish, but this course will enlighten you in so many different ways to where it'll make much more sense why you're going through this course, why you're being tested on certain topics, how you want to go about studying for the exam. And that's actually a limited time bonus that we've been running for a while right now, but ultimately this is a course that that we also do sell directly on its own. So maybe again, and who is this for? If you're not getting this free with your pre-licensing course, you can go to secretsoftheexam.com to find out more about it. But the Secrets of the Exam course is if you're somebody, especially if the test is really getting the better of you, to where you know the material, but you just simply can't perform on the exam. And a lot of it comes from not understanding why this exam is structured the way it is, why the questions are asked the way they are, why you're learning this information, how it is that you want to study. So if you're having any trouble at all getting past this exam, and it's again not necessarily that you don't know the material, but you're just having trouble, you're maybe a bad test taker, this course will help you immensely. And again, if you've already taken your pre-licensing or anything like that and you don't have this course, maybe you took your course at another school, you could actually purchase this from us, again, right off of our website, tampaschoolofrealestate.com. You could get the Secrets of the Exam course. But right now we're actually including that with our pre-licensing classroom as well as live stream courses, just as a little extra bonus, because we want you to be prepared to be able to pass this exam on your first try. A big part of this is right now, to go get an exam appointment, it's usually like a week or two out. You get them a little bit faster if you're doing the at-home ones, but if you want to do an in-person exam appointment, you're waiting, sometimes weeks, if not longer, to get an appointment. And so you might only have, that, I don't want to say you have one shot, because the state exam, you can take it as many times as you need to. But you don't want to have to go take this exam and then wait 2 or 3 weeks just to go take it again, because how much stuff are you going to forget in those 2 or 3 weeks? So this is a great little bonus to help you prepare. This is not a requirement to get your real estate license. The pre-licensing course is the requirement. That's the main 63-hour course that you'll be doing via live stream or again classroom, or if you're doing that self-paced interactive on-demand one. That's what you need for credit. This is, again, just a bonus to help you better understand how to get through that exam. What are the secrets? What are the tips and tricks that you want to know to be best prepared for that real estate exam? So look, we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we're coming back, we're going to wrap up on what are the main benefits of this live stream course, how it works, and how it is that you get started. So stick with us. My name is John Chrismo. You're watching Ask the Instructor.
Have you completed your post-licensing education yet? Look, I know you're probably thinking, hey, it's not my renewal deadline. I don't need to do post-licensing yet. But look, here's why you want to do post-licensing as soon as you've got your real estate license, as soon as you're able to take post-licensing. It's not just another course about arbitrary laws that you're never going to use again. It's about real-world, usable topics that'll help you grow your real estate business, to help you take it to the next level. Look, let me ask you this one question. If this course helps you close just one deal, if you get one extra deal from post-licensing, is it worth the investment? I'd say it is. We get paid pretty well, so one deal means a lot of money. Check out postflorida.com. That's postflorida.com for the full details about post-licensing.
Hey, welcome back to this week's episode of Ask the Instructor. My name is John Chrismo, and the show is brought to you by the Tampa School of Real Estate every Wednesday, 12:30 Eastern Time. If you're not yet subscribed, hit that bell icon so you get notifications. We're ultimately here doing these shows every single week to help you not just get started with your real estate career like we're talking about today, but also taking that to the next level. And one thing I want to touch on with that is the post-licensing courses. So that's another course that we actually offer via live stream. I know we focused a lot on getting your real estate license and getting started, but I know you're going to have those questions about, as you're going through the pre-licensing course, we get the questions all the time of, where we could get off on a tangent. And that's why our instructors are experts at keeping the class on track, because there's certain information that has to be covered in a limited amount of time. But that's a big reason why we started these Ask the Instructor and State of Real Estate broadcast here, to help people better understand these extracurricular types of questions. But post-licensing is not necessarily extracurricular. It's something that's actually a requirement. And a lot of the questions that people ask in pre-licensing that aren't relevant to that curriculum for passing the pre-licensing course and getting your license and passing the state exam, because the big emphasis is going to be a lot of laws and rules and things you need to know so that you don't lose your license, and the basics of how things are supposed to be done. So there's a lot of that in there that can be boring sometimes, but that's again one of the great parts about the instructor-led courses is they're going to do a lot to help make this information more engaging and really try to bring that content to life. And so post-licensing, there's more info on this at postflorida.com. So postflorida.com is where you can find out more about post-licensing. And this is required after you're licensed. So it's required after you're licensed, and it's more real world. And what I mean by that is it's more about the money. So post-licensing is a course that's definitely more about this. And how do you use your real estate license to make this? To track your expenses, to plan your business so you know this much input gives me this much output. So there's a lot in this post-licensing course, and that's why they call it post-licensing. The first course you've got to take is called pre-licensing. Pre-licensing is what you take initially to get your real estate license, and then you have to take post-licensing after your license before your first renewal deadline to renew your license, but also, again, to learn more about the money side of real estate, of how you actually make money with your real estate license, how you use your license. That's really what post-licensing is about. What you think you would probably learn in your pre-licensing course, but pre-licensing is going to be more focused on the laws and rules and things you need to know to pass your real estate exam, which is going to be more along the lines of information you need to know to practice real estate legally. For some reason, the Florida Real Estate Commission thinks that's more important than taking the course about how to make money in real estate. And it's obvious why the Florida Real Estate Commission thinks you need to learn about laws and rules first, because they don't want you breaking the laws and rules. They want you to know about the laws and rules first, and then you could learn about, then you could get credit. You could get post-licensing credit for learning about how to make money with your real estate license. So this is a course that I didn't take right away when I got my license because I didn't have anybody telling me, hey, you need to take this course. This is really going to help you better understand real estate. This is really going to help you sell more real estate. This is really going to help you be confident about what you're doing. No one told me that, and so I never took this course until right before my deadline. And when I took this course, I was kicking myself because I didn't have the smoothest start in real estate. I didn't have the smoothest, go through of my first few transactions and getting real estate and getting my business off the ground. And there was so much of it that I was trying to figure out on my own, and so much of it that I was just doing wrong because I didn't have a good, firm understanding of the basics. And that's what you learn about in post-licensing. So again, this is a course that you want to take as soon as you have your real estate license. And we actually have a bundle that includes our post-licensing course. It includes our exam prep tools, the pass first try exam prep strategy. It includes all of our tools, including our weekend prep recording, our question simulator, our MP3 auto review. The secrets of the exam is also included with that if you just buy the pass first try, but it's also included with our live stream courses as well as classroom courses. And our complete jumpstart bundle, you could actually bundle together all of this and save a bunch of money. If you commit to this education in advance, we're going to save you some money doing that. And that way you can get started as soon as you have your real estate license, get the post-licensing course knocked out, be done with your renewal requirements, because again, this is required for your real estate license renewal. But then on top of that, you're going to learn more about how to establish your real estate business so you'd actually start making money with your real estate license. So look, that's about all the time it is that we've got for today. So if you've got more questions about getting started, if you want to find out more about what are the requirements, if you're not sure if you would qualify for a real estate license, if you're not sure if the live stream course is going to be the best fit for what you're doing in your schedule, we actually have advisors here that have real estate licenses themselves, that have instructor licenses. We've got a great team here at our office. Give us a call. The phone number is 813-333-2676. Again, that's 813-333-2676. We have advisors standing by to answer any questions you have and assist you in any way it is that we can. our jobs literally here are helping people start their real estate career. So if that is something it is that you're interested in doing, give us a call. We'll be more than happy to help you and guide you through this process, show you the different options that are available, help you better understand the opportunities with your real estate license. So again, just give us a call, 813-333-2676. But if you already know what exists and what's out there and what's available and what you could be capable of with a real estate license, you don't need to talk to anybody, that's cool too. Just go on our website, tampaschool.com. That's tampaschool.com. You could actually find our entire schedule of classroom as well as live stream courses, in addition to that self-paced on-demand course we were talking about earlier as well. You need to take post-licensing, we've got that all on there. You need secrets of the exam, you need the pass, first try study tools. You could find it all at tampaschool.com. So check out our website, tampaschool.com, or again, if you want to talk to us, we have advisors standing by. Pick our brains, ask questions, 813-333-2676. That's about all the time it is we have for today. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be back on Friday at 12:30 for State of Real Estate. Thank you guys, and I'll see you on Friday.
Hey, so if you're thinking about starting a real estate career, it could feel a little overwhelming sometimes. Look, that's completely understandable. That's why we're here to help. If you haven't already, check out our Success Center, tampaschool.com/success, or if you don't even know where to begin, give us a call. We'd love to help you out. We've got advisors standing by to answer any questions you have and assist you in any way it is that we can. Our phone number is 813-928-0106. Again, that's 813-928-0106. Give us a call. We're the Tampa School of Real Estate.
Do you want a career that allows you to be in control? With a career in real estate, you'll get to call the shots. Whether you're looking at starting part-time or want to become the next top agent, a career in real estate makes it possible. Find out what it takes at tampaschool.com. Do you want to incorporate studying for your real estate exams into your busy schedule? Now you can review the key topics you need to know to pass your class and state exams with our MP3 audio review. Simply pop in your headphones or connect to your car to reinforce crucial information while you exercise or drive. Listen to the first unit for free at mp3audioreview.com. That's mp3audioreview.com.
Are you thinking about a career in real estate? Hey, I'm John Charisma with the Tampa School of Real Estate, and we've helped thousands of people just like you obtain their real estate license. If you're thinking about a career in real estate, give us a call. The phone number is 813-928-0106. Our advisors are standing by to answer any questions you have and assist you in any way they can. Hey, if you're enjoying the show today, which I'm sure you are, be sure to hit like, subscribe, post your comments, share with your friends and family. Thank you guys so much for watching.